Hi there, welcome to Burning Spears. I'm Richard, and today I'm going to be making the iconic South African Braaibroodjie. Now, what is a Braaibroodjie for non-South Africans? Essentially, it's the world's best grilled sandwich. Grilled as it's done on a braai, which is fire, sets it apart from its far inferior counterparts like a grilled cheese or anything like that. This is the way to do it. It is the fire lends its own attitude and flavor, and it really is a fond favorite at a braai, at a South African barbecue. Now, it's very simple to make and very contentious. There's a lot of theories on the best way. Typically, it's like I said, it's a very contentious thing. So today I'm going to be going through. Now, I'm not just going to be making the typical Braaibroodjie because there isn't a typical one. However, there is a sort of original ingredient base. Now, I will go through the ingredients and I'm going to put to test the different variations that make everyone say that theirs is the best. So we'll get onto that in detail in a bit, and I'll be tasting all the different ones and you'll see all the different results, and hopefully we can put a lot of it to bed. So the ingredients are very simple. Main ingredients: white bread. It's got to be supermarket bread. I've got toasty, which is slightly thick cuts, thick slices. It's got to be this. You can do it with other fancy pants breads like your sourdough and all that, but you're missing on the point then. So supermarket white, sliced. Then your main ingredients, of course, butter. If you prefer margarine, then go for it, but I prefer butter. Onions, tomatoes, and cheese. Now, cheese, typically it is a cheddar. In South Africa, your cheddar is most often orange. So to simulate that, I've got the red Leicester, which is a great cheese on its own, and I've got mature cheddar. So that will sort of blend to sort of bring in that South African-esque type cheese flavor that I'm looking for. Now, some of the contentious stuff is mayonnaise and chutney. Mrs. Ball's chutney, iconic South African chutney again. And we will see who or what wins. Kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, and that's really it. So I'm just going to prep these up. I'm going to slice the onions, slice the tomatoes, slice the cheese, and then we begin the prep. Okay, so I've done all the prep. Now you can make the sandwich, put it on your braai grid, your barbecue grill, and then cook it, and then spatula and flip, or two to hold and flip and all that sort of thing. My mother in my childhood years used to actually use cotton, like sewing cotton, and tie like you would a parcel, tie it up like that so that it wouldn't fall apart during the cook. I'm a lot more lazy than that, and in South Africa, these folding grids or grills are very common. So this is a deep one, which gives you couple of different settings on how thick your stuff that you want to cook. And then, of course, it goes in, the ring closes, then you can flip like that. Then you have maximum control. Now, I use these for chicken wings. I've got 4 of these, and I cook 8 peri-peri chicken wings at a time. I stack them all on like that, and I baste the top, and the stuff soaks through. So these are really, really essential, and make your life a lot easier. So I'll be hopefully looking at stocking stainless steel's versions of this in the UK fairly soon, because these last a few years. They rust, so basically you want to oil them after use, you want to clean them off, then you sterilize them in the fire before use, you wire brush them, get all the rust off, wipe them with oil, put them back on, give them a little wipe down quickly, and then you're good to go. So stainless steel being much easier. But anyway, I'm talking too much nonsense. So that's going to go on now. That allows you to flip as often as you want with very little interference, and not much can go wrong. So you also, because everything's together, you also plan your coal bed and you can get a good color, an even color. So of course I want this to look good today because it's on video. So my coal bed will be a real, I'll prep my coal bed very well to give even heat, to produce an overall even result, hopefully. Okay, so let's get on to the assembly. Okay, so the first one is the most natural form, the most simplistic version, where you have butter on the inside only. Okay, so 1 layer of cheese, go the onions, now onion in between, in the middle, to stay with a bit of attitude, with a bit of crunch, with a bit of texture. White onions, I'll get onto variations I've tried in a bit. Something like that, all according to your taste. Okay, tomatoes require a lot of salt to liven them up. Pepper. Version number 2, butter on both sides, because some people prefer the crunch that it gives, some people just have it on natural like that. Okay, now I can hear some South Africans screaming away about, where's the chutney? Where's the Mrs. Ball's chutney? It can't be a braaibroodjie without chutney. So there's various theories as well where you put the chutney, where you put it instead of the butter or whatever, but I'm going to maintain the butter on these. I'm doing a few things a few different ways so that you can judge what looks easier. Okay, so a lot of people screaming from the balconies, from the peanut gallery, about mayonnaise. Mayo is great, certainly in toasted sandwiches. You can use mayo instead of the butter. But again, I'm going to use both. Okay, so this next one might surprise a few people, but it's where you use your mayonnaise as butter on the outside. And we will go on the inside to satisfy those of you who do that. Okay, so you don't need a high heat to do these because you're just going to burn the bread quickly. If it's too cold, the bread will get too dry. Luckily, the butter saves that, when the ones that are buttered on the outside. But the plan is to get a nice low heat. So that you can get the cheese to melt and the bread to brown perfectly in unison. A lot of people, their fire is too hot and the cheese inside isn't melted. Not a great look when you're doing something like this. Okay, so like I say, you want a pretty low heat, but not too low. So that's at about 6 seconds. That's good enough for me. So let's see if the one without butter is browner than the others. And it's not, it's all pretty good. Right, there we have it. About 20 minutes on the braai. I think I did a pretty good job at controlling the temp. Got it in good. So, a couple of us once had a competition on the Braaibroodjie. And I stuck to the original. I stuck to the plain old one, and my friends did caramelized onions and camembert and all of that, and I won because the original was best. And there's something about this that makes it special. Let's delve into them. Let's have a look. This is the chutney one. Not an uber melt, but it's pretty gooey. That's the original. Alrighty. So the original without butter on the outside. The normal. I like it. Nothing wrong with that at all. That is delicious. Now I'm going to go without order on these because I need to figure them out. This is a mayo. Very good. As usual, you know that the tomato is always going to be 1,500 degrees hotter than anything else in the sandwich, but mayo is very, very good. Very, very good. This is chutney. It's okay. Should have probably put chutney only on one side because it's quite sweet. The sharpness of the cheese doesn't give it doesn't do what I thought. Ah, okay, that one I can see what that is. Then this is the original with butter on the outside. The original is standing up against all of them, whether it's got butter on or not. So this is the one with mayo on the outside as a butter or a crisper. And it's funny, it's got like a sheen to it, like a slightly plasticky look. I need some brain food to figure this one out. Okay, so brain food. Let me lubricate my brain. Wow. Oh, that provides such a valuable reset. I feel like I'm on a different planet. But, right. Chutney. Not for me, but sweet. Try less chutney next time. The sharpness of the cheese should work with that, but it just walked right over it. So, please put in the comments, those chutney lovers, whether you do it on one side or not. The mayo on the outside gave certainly a lot more crisp and a different type of crisp. But I don't know, it didn't really taste as good as the butter, to be perfectly honest with you. The mayo inside I found surprisingly good. I never normally use mayo inside. I found surprisingly good. I like mayo and toasted sandwiches. Toasted chicken, mayo and cheese sandwich. Unbelievable. So mayo has its place, certainly. That was really good. That's probably definitely second place for me. First place is original. Tied. It didn't matter whether it had butter on the outside or none. I thought that the comparison between the two would make the crispiness with the butter easier and softer, and the non-buttered one would be harder and hurt the roof of my mouth. But very soft, very light. Toasted quicker as well. So got to watch that. But yeah, for me, original, simple, cheese, tomato, onion, salt, pepper, the butter, inside and outside, whatever you want. For me, that is the best. So I hope those non-South Africans will give this a try. Stick with the basic ones first and then play around. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's a beautiful thing. And like I say, it's very contentious. I'm probably going to get reamed in the comments, but c'est la vie, and a lot of you have asked for this because I didn't do it in my braai sides. It's such a serious subject that it had to be done on its own. And I hope I did it justice for those South Africans out there. And yeah, rugby's on now. This beer is beautiful, exceptionally cold. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Something different again. Staying away from meat for a change. It's a vegetarian side. How's about that? Nice one, guys. Thank you, and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.